Hello, everyone. We have a game for the TTS League Season 13, Week 5. I've got Grrn versus Blake here this week. Looks like Grrn is running a Brotherhood team. He's bringing Sam and Hulk and Rhino to help him out. And we have against him is Blake. So he's going to be running a Sam Avengers with a Winterguard League here. Winterguard duel. We've got Ultron and we've got Beta Ray Bill helping out on both sides of this. I think Black Widow is dual affiliated here as well. So here we go. We're going to let them know we're live. And joining me on commentary today is Garrett, aka Sleepy or Sweepy. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to slide this last stream in for this week. What kind of got set up pretty last minute, but I love doing a stream, so I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. I was just looking at some of the games between the players earlier in this league, and it honestly does look like there's more Winter Guard coming from Blake, so I'm super excited because I'd love to see a Winter Guard game.
Okay, all right. Starting this stream off in a with the chat. All right, that's my wife. If anyone doesn't know, great. Okay, so anyway, what do you? Okay, so yeah, Winter Guard. Let's see. It depends on the scenario if it's spread out or not. We do have
Mhm.
the scenario come up. Research Station Gamma. All right, I think you're right. I think we're gonna see
Okay.
Winter Guard.
Yeah. This feels like a Winter Guard game, and this also are we gonna see do you think it's gonna be Magneto or Mystique on the Brotherhood side?
I mean, it's gotta
I
be.
feel like it's gotta be
It's gotta be
Magneto, right?
Magneto, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Papa. Thank yeah,
Oh.
man. You can be my number two, buddy. The so Garrett, where do you have a local meta or what's it like where you play?
Oh, I play at the store that Jacob Deaton plays at, so the local meta is what he generally plays. So like you got your Sam Vengers and Web Warriors, but we have a local Sentinels player, a really good local X-Men and Guardians player, and then I'm hoping to start going to a couple more other local stores. Otherwise it's a lot of TTS leagues for me.
Yeah, that's nice. That sounds good. I'm a little bit further. I'm like eight. I'm like an hour away from my local store, so I only get out during tournaments usually. So TTS is awesome. We have the rosters, and it looks like Grrn is playing three wide. Magneto, Juggernaut, and Sabretooth. And he's running. Do you know who I am? Patch up, magnetic refraction, exceptional healing, and asteroid. Excuse me, asteroid M. And then we've got Winterguard with Ultron as a splash, Crimson Dynamo, Darkstar, Red Guardian, and we have Brace, Age of Ultron, Sovereign Strike, Patch Up, and Comrade's Keeper. All right, I like both teams and what they're bringing here. This is exciting. Pupper is asking who has Prio. So let's see. Actually, I didn't call that out.
It
Gurn
is
won
the yeah.
priority, and yeah, it looks like Gurn. Either way, how does this work? We have yeah. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Gurn won priority. I didn't see. We can check the chat actually to see who activated what.
Yeah, he
Must have
did
chosen.
win, yeah.
He might have chosen extracts. Okay, so it would make sense that Brotherhood player chooses extracts because if they get senators or scrolls or what was I don't know exactly what was in their list. I could check actually now that I look back. Red. So let's see what Red was playing. He's playing Extremist and Scrolls, just like I said. Yeah, because if you get
Mhm.
either of those, your team is incredibly strong because you can grab your opponent's Scroll or Extremist and retreat back using Mystique's leadership. And I think that the researchers in here for like the Magneto flex.
Absolutely. This is gonna be just a great, beautiful center brawl.
Yeah, exactly. The deployment isn't very complicated here. You're basically just putting all the models very central. Ultron and will so the interesting thing here is that the terrain yeah, right. The terrain is going to come off the board like pretty quickly, or with Ultron being able to throw terrain if he gets like 2 power, for example, on a move attack sequence. He's going to be able to throw a piece of terrain on round one. Magneto, of course, you're expecting terrain to potentially come out thrown from him. Juggernaut's going to destroy terrain potentially, and Sabretooth has got he's got a, I guess so. The only thing is he has a leap, and then he can also throw characters. So he can't throw terrain, but so I guess like the idea on bringing him in your strategy is that you're gonna have Magneto or Juggernaut basically force your brace to be played, and then Sabretooth comes in late game and just starts like hammering you with these massive collision spikes that you have to deal with.
Yeah, that sounds. Oh man, this just makes me want to play Brotherhood more now. This is the problem with every time I see Magneto, I want to just play Brotherhood. Oh, I'm super excited to see where Magneto ends up. I really hope he ends up over on the size 4 old alehouse over here. I'm wondering if they're going to be able to get that into play because that would be a huge amount of damage to just peel the brace early, or hopefully if you peel it first, right?
Yeah, exactly. So interesting play here. We have Grrn just moving Juggernaut up. I think that he's getting a little antsy here. I would have loved to see him pass an activation. And basically, what that means is that because each of these Winterguard characters have a range 4 attack, it means that Juggernaut's going to take one more attack than he needed to. Another thing that's important is that Ultron, he could have passed twice because unless Ultron activated first on Blake's side because of the grunts counting as a passable a character you can pass based on unactivated. So we have an attack, and and it looks like we're not dealing any damage.
Hmm.
So he's doing a full
Oh,
reroll with Darkstar, but
yep.
you're skull locked.
Ooh, same result, unfortunately. There's nothing on Wilds, I don't think, with Darkstar. Yep. All right, so yeah, that was an aggressive Juggernaut play, but I feel like we're gonna see just a very early Asteroid M out of here because I don't think there's a whole lot of. Oh, I mean, there's decent displacement over here, so maybe we'll see Asteroid M get weighted on for round one, hopefully.
Yeah, it's I've seen games where you'd hold off on it, and like it's tricky. It's it can definitely win you a game, but you'd have to have like a pretty good dice to be able to basically start snowballing in that situation. We've got Crimson shooting into Juggernaut, looking for a wild on the shock would help. Um, but looks like he's going to get some damage through. Let's see. It looks like 2 damage if he Juggernaut pays. There it is. So the only thing I worried about burning Asteroid M quickly is that Ultron has Encephalo Beam, which is going to basically walk Magneto every turn. And by doing that, it means that Magneto is gonna kind of be staggered basically every single round. It's gonna be tough for it's gonna be tough. I don't see how Magneto can like will ever be on a gamma point in this game because of that power. It's just so strong. You're moving Magneto his entire speed.
Yeah, and he's got flight, so you're gonna end up wherever he wants you to as long as the base fits. So it's just going to be it's gonna be a fun stagger every round after they get too deep.
So it is I like okay, so I really like Gurn's general idea here. And that is to basically now you could asteroid M in the to win the secure and bring the researcher back into your zone so that Crimson like so the team has to move forward.
Ooh,
All right, Ultron drones are going to move. Are they going to go outside of the gamma, or are they going to stay within 2 of the gamma? I think looks like they like you. I think you should have. I think if I was Blake here, I would have put them in a spot where they're outside of 2 of the gamma, but within 2 of Sabretooth and Juggernaut. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You're weakening your drones, but they're also going to take damage if they blow up. It's interesting though that Sabretooth, like if the drones blow up and he takes a damage, like maybe that's actually a good thing for Sabretooth because of healing factor, right? And same with Juggernaut can also pay to take no damage, and therefore Ultron gets no power. So there's actually it's not like you're not getting the 100% best optimal benefit from the drones exploding like you would against characters that don't have that type of defensive tech.
This is very aggressive.
So he's body blocking Magneto here. Very interesting. I don't think Magneto can fit on the car. Um, so it looks like Magneto's just gonna hold the back gamma, and we're gonna see Red Guardian jam up on the car. I think, and it's just gonna be absolute slugfest. I think is what we're about to see.
Yeah,
We're gonna displace
but he gets the
Ultron.
push. Yeah, he gets
Yeah,
the push
yeah.
from it
So
automatically.
he's gonna win the researcher this round. All right, that's a decent start for Grrn, only taking 2
Mhm.
damage and winning 4 VPs based no matter what
Yep,
Red Guardian does here.
exactly.
As
Now he
long as
just
he
needs
doesn't
to
just
make sure he
don't
doesn't
mess up this push, but
put, don't bump it. It's got the
yeah,
nice
yeah, you're good.
deceptive little
You're good.
flanges on it. That
Oh
should be
yeah,
good.
yeah. You have to. This is a thing. So this is a good learning point for players or things. Something to mention um, is that do you say the shadow is part of the terrain, or do you say the post is? Now in this case, they could easily come to an agreement. Let's say they say it's the shadow. He could push Ultron straight back and get the result you want. I'm hoping they're having the discussion now. It looks like they are.
Yeah.
And but either way, this is something that's important to talk about with your opponent. Um, before like during the game, you don't want to create a situation where like before the game would be best case scenario, but
Hmm.
this is where you would be. This is where like you, if I was Gurn, I'd say, okay, are we playing the street sign or are we playing the shadow? And I'd let my opponent pick. If I failed to decide, if we failed to decide on that during the game, and and then we'd go from there. But it looks like they're playing the base of the sign, which makes sense because those little panels are so small.
Hmm. I completely agree. It's one of those with like old school. Oh, are we getting a throw here?
Let's see who's paying for what. Are we?
I think he's just throwing to generate power from the looks of it. Just picked up a size 3
Oh,
and threw it
okay,
to spread. Yeah,
okay. So
the good
he
old Magneto R&D.
did did Juggernaut take a damage, or how did? I'm just trying to look at the math here. What just happened? Okay, so he attacked. How did he? Oh, he threw a train into the grunts.
Mhm.
They got destroyed. Sabretooth. Ah, okay. Sabretooth took
Oh,
a damage. Um, and did Juggernaut pay for damage to be reduced? He did. Okay, so basically he just
wow.
gave Sabretooth 2 power, 1 for the terrain and 1 for the grunts exploding. And the healing factor on Sabretooth will obviously reduce the problem. Now Red Guardian's probably just going to throw, right? I mean, like, I don't see why. Um, do you just throw your shield now? You're already losing the researcher guaranteed. I don't know. Do you jam up there and just like it's tough? I think you just throw your shield, gain power
I think
for
you throw
Sovereign
your shield.
Strike, and gain power for your shields. Your counting blank defense. Yeah. Because if you got the wild there, you would have got 2 power, meaning you'd be at 4 on round 2, meaning you'd be able to play Comrade's Keeper and pay 2 power to count blanks on Red Guardian, meaning like he wouldn't just like fall over if Gurn spiked. So he didn't get the wild ricochet, but looks like that's round.
Do you think we just start with a sovereign strike to open up for if he can before that police car gets thrown? Or do you think we're gonna see Gurn throw the police car off the bat to get that out of the way?
Yeah, he might throw it off the bat right away to just because the sovereign strike thing, but also just because like it's so easy to throw terrain. He might destroy it with Juggernaut. Let's see. I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen yet. Moving the researcher to the side is very interesting, and I'm curious as to see how that's going to come into play. He's using the terrain to body block Juggernaut. I have a question in the chat that came up previously. Zombie Toes is saying, can you can you explain more of the pass mechanic with the grunts? And okay, so I'll do that real quickly. Basically, um, you want to look at how many models you have left to activate on when it's the beginning of your turn, and if you have less models than your opponent, you can pass. And so if I see Magneto's left to activate, and Ultron 2 are left to is on my opponent's side is left to activate, and he has grunts on the table, it means I have one character to activate and he has two. It doesn't matter if those two characters would activate in the same turn, like grunts do. That does not matter for the purposes of determining if you want to pass. So you could, as the Magneto player, you could say, I'm gonna pass. Ultron has to, or the grunts then have to go, and Ultron has to go. Therefore, you would lose priority. The Magneto player would lose priority because now they'd have last activation with Magneto, and so that's like one small drawback of having grunts is that someone can pass on you even though you have an equal number of heroes remaining to be activated, but the grunts still count. Um, and sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. But like basically, your opponent who doesn't have grunts left to activate has control over that over you. All right. So anyway, we have Grrn gonna go, or we have to do score, right? So they haven't done score.
Yes, they have not done score.
Let's see. Did they do power?
They
Okay.
have done power phase and everything. We also did see a magnetic refraction come out of Magneto. So I think it's
Well, either way, it would be 4 to 1.
yeah.
So, Sabretooth slapping Ultron, Ultron, the two. Okay, clever. And he's doing a he is slapping the crap out of him.
He really is. Goodness. This is like exactly what you want though with the Sabretooth to start with is just a perfect
Yeah.
open target, arguably like a really high efficiency target too.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is
I think that Ultron is the biggest problem here. Now, the one challenge you're going to face against Ultron is that you're going to have to daze him when he has less than 8 power in order for him to not come back healthy. Or you can just kill him twice, like completely from full down to 0 twice, and but that's usually not going to happen. Um, so
Oh man. He got the brace off of the throw.
oh wow, to keep Ultron alive at 1.
Keep him
That's very
poorly.
interesting. Pounce. So hold on, what's he doing now? Sabretooth is spent 2 power, or looks like he just
Suspender?
looks like he's doing a spender. I don't think he has range on Ultron anymore.
I don't think he does either.
So man, you don't. I think that what did he threw Ultron that way? Oh man, I would
Yep,
have thrown him
he
into the car beside you because then it would stop the Sovereign Strike. Let's see who he's attacking. He's rolling
yeah, I didn't
4
see
dice,
him.
so it could be.
It's a physical attack, so it could be maybe Crimson Dynamo? I don't think I would be attacking Crimson Dynamo here.
Oh wow, Crimson Dynamo, or like he took all that damage even through the Dynamo. The Dynamo. Wow. Okay, so he did attack into Dynamo then, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to go take that back point.
Okay.
This is gonna
Yeah, I could tell. Okay. So the Ultron moved in here, and what's going on, Garrett?
I was gonna say, it looks like the Ultron moved in. He's just had his range 4 to allow trying to check, but I thought Ultron's was a range 3 for his throw. So I'm wondering what he's going to be picking up here. Looks like it was that size 4 building, so it looks like Ultron's gonna peel that off first, which I think is a pretty large win, and it looks like it's pretty close to dazing Juggernaut, not quite. Hmm. I think that's a pretty decent position. Now that's Ultron should still have an attack left to maybe try to take Juggernaut off the field. We'll see how that goes.
All right, sorry, I was busy for a second. What
You are all
can you
good.
give me like a 30-second recap?
Yeah, no problem. Ultron moved here and through the building that was kind of over here, the size 4. He used
Oh
a
wow.
range 4 to measure it. I'm not
Oh
quite
fuck.
certain it was within 3. Um,
Okay, so
and
I might have
tucked
missed
it
that. We might have
into
missed something. That shit. Oh well.
yeah.
That's a bummer. Man, I wish I was paying attention. I'm fucking damn it. That's okay. It is what it is. I guess we have to move on.
Because I think, yeah, if it would have been within 2 of maybe the mailbox, would probably be the only way to check to see if it was close enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, we have to just move on. So,
Mhm.
shit. All right. Well, that's okay. So the drones. What's happening now? He did a spender into Juggernaut.
It looks like he did Spender into
He
Juggernaut,
must
through the
have
Juggernaut into the drones to pop him.
in the throw because the throw is before damage, so he threw into the drones. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So now he gets more power there. Ultron. This is why you didn't want to leave Ultron on one. Sabretooth like hitting the backline here is pretty cool. Brace is gone, so next turn he's going to be an absolute menace. And we don't have any. We have displacement on Red Guardian to like knock Sabretooth away, but Sabretooth can just like jump back in. He's not really too concerned about being that displaced. Where looks like we're seeing an Encephalo Beam on Ultron into Magneto to stall him out, but looks like Magneto's probably just going to pass the rest of these activations until there's only one character left on Blake's side.
Absolutely. I don't see why you wouldn't. You definitely don't want to jam him up in the middle and have him just eat what would probably be 6 attacks, if not more.
Yeah.
6 attacks and maybe a throw.
Hindsight is 2020. Papa mentioning should have definitely dazed Ultron there. Yeah. You're gonna have, I think like when you're playing the attrition game, like when you have one less model than your opponent, you want to basically take out one of their activations, especially like on the priority turn, on the priority, the first activation of the round, and that way you maintain priority. And what you can do with the rest of your characters is just bully on the characters that have already gone, so that you don't daze another character, and therefore lose priority. And so unfortunately, Grrn allowed Ultron to stay on one, which meant he's going to be able to activate all four of his characters this round. But he's probably going to look to try to daze a couple of them on the priority activation. Let's see what's happening here. We have an attack from somebody
I think it's
into
Red
Sabretooth.
Guardian, I believe, into Sabretooth. He did a range 2 off of Red Guardian. I'm guessing this is his
Okay,
builder,
no, he did
just
the
to get the
spend. He
push.
did the spender. It must be this. Did he spend three or like? Hold on.
No, I
The
think he did a
builder's auto
builder.
push. The builder's auto push. I forgot
Mhm.
about that. Yeah, Red Guardian's pretty cool for having that ability. It's a gainer strike.
Super. Yeah, I always thought it was a builder. I had read it wrong and I even looked at it.
Yeah, I know. That's what that's why I said it in the way I said it, because I was like, that's weird. Strikes are like always builders. Okay, so Pupper saying Jugs gets a slide for the day's next turn, though, which is satisfying. Okay, yeah, that is very true. Also, Juggernaut on the injured side, he he gets a size 3 throw. So he's going to be able to throw Ultron. He doesn't have to like dive into him. He can just throw Ultron into Guardian, and because Brace is gone, and then you're just like, now Guardian can be slid into and killed, and Ultron already is gonna die from the throw. So there's lots of different things that Grrn can set up on the top of round 2.
Looks like we're just getting some attacks from Darkstar into Apex Predators standing on the outskirts, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be a very, very angry Sabretooth coming in.
yeah, and he's blocking he's blocking all of these attacks coming in. So that's let's see if he gets shocked. That's like the one that matters. If Crimson Dynamo ends up shocking Sabretooth, because it would really slow him down a decent amount. But I think really the collision damage here that Sabretooth has to offer to offer Blake is going to be the thing that um, he's not going to be happy about. So Magneto just defending this back point. It looks like we have Crimson Dynamo to go, so I think it's Crimson Dynamo has to choose. Does he want to go against Sabretooth or like shock him? Or does he want to hit the Researcher? Um, you could like Asteroid M in Magneto onto Sabretooth and just chunk Dynamo, but I don't know if that's I don't think that's that good because Dynamo has his shield ability. So yeah, this is why if I was Grrn, I would have pulled the Researcher back.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I wonder if his idea was maybe to try to get it outside or like on the edge of 2, just to try to make it really hard to choose between the points, but
Yeah.
all right, hey, we got the score update.
It's funny that they actually put the score on the wrong sides. They're using the wrong flags. I'll mention that at the end of the round, but we'll get there.
And the Magneto can't even get onto the center point. It wouldn't matter, but I would just be staying back there, try to get a little maybe tiny bit further forward.
So does he have range? Do you think he has range 3 of Red Guardian? I think he does, right? It seems like he would. Um, so the one thing is like if you attack Red Guardian, he could Comrades. What is it called? He could Comrades Keeper it, and then
True.
teleport himself onto the Researcher. Oh, hold on. I'm thinking like maybe what could he do here? But he would get pushed anyway from the Magneto attack. So no matter what, he's
Looks
getting displaced. All right.
looks
So
yeah, looks
he
like
is
it's just
attacking, right?
attacking. Looks like this is probably just into Ultron, I guess,
Oh, maybe he's okay.
with the thought of just get him outside of range 2 and have him daze and clean up.
So he lives. He's dying on the Gamma then.
Yep, he'll die to the Gamma. Oh, but he doesn't get pushed because of the Winterguard ability. No!
Oh, that's he coming in clutch. Oh, that's awesome. Love to see
It's
it.
so good. Oh,
Oh man, doesn't you're playing Wakanda. You've played M'Baku,
yeah.
right? I think you played M'Baku on did you play the M'Baku
I
leadership on my stream?
Yes, no, I played M'Baku leadership. I love M'Baku leadership, and I think it's probably been about 20 of my 20 or 30 games of Wakanda. So when it happens, it's probably the best feeling.
Yeah, because you don't expect. I'm guessing you don't really expect it, and then it happens, and you're like, "Woo!"
Oh yes, we're playing M'Baku leadership to roll big dice pools, pray for wilds, and when they come up, do extra damage.
Right. Nice. Yeah. The okay. So Dynamo opted to. Um, did he not move? There we go. They got the score
Uh,
figured out.
no, it looks
No, they
like
didn't.
Dynamo double moved up to
There we go. We got the score figured
there we
out.
go.
5-5. Okay, so Dynamo. So it's the opposite that happened, where Magneto Grrn scores just as home researcher, and and we had Blake score the rest. Oh, I see. I forgot that Ultron was on the point, so no matter what, he was getting the gamma. I wasn't mathing that in my head, but now I see. So what Blake is doing with the researcher is basically what I was hoping we'd see Gurn do. Um, and now at least Gurn's gonna have a pretty. I think he's gonna have a pretty strong um turn 2 here. I'm gonna predict he's gonna get like three dazes. He might even wipe the whole team. Asteroid in like I'm talking about like Asteroid M coming in. Juggernaut's probably gonna activate first here with all this power and just the ability to slide. I mean, I'd start with the throw into from Ultron into Red Guardian though, and then you could like move. You could like move and like long throw, or you could like slide and then long throw. Red Crimson Dynamo long, just like super far away. Um, and then because you'd get that third power you'd need on the from destroying the car. So that's 3 power to throw Ultron, 3 power to slide, 3 power for Do You Know Who I Am, and then you still have 2 actions left. What I would see doing, but let's see what
I think
happens.
you're right, to be honest. I think that's probably exactly what I would do. I don't know if I would use the because I think the long throw from Do You Know Who I Am is range
Range
2,
two,
and
no
he's
throw
got yep.
start rip. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Well, he still has the option. I mean, like it's
Mhm.
not off the table. Um,
That's
but
should be within range 2 of Ultron still, though.
yeah. So the good thing is he did he did play magnetic refraction. I think. I mean, yeah, he must have because the tokens reset on
Yeah.
the overlay each round. So, the one thing I would say about this play going into Red Guardian for that slide is that if you do a good attack, you can still hit Red Guardian or Ultron with the slide, like with another slide, because it's you can do as many slides as you want, and each character can be damaged once um, by the slide. So he's paying 3.
I think this is the Do You Know Who
No,
I
no, no, no,
Am.
no. This is he's
What?
got the size 3 throw on his other side, right? So he can just use his superpower.
I thought that that was a terrain throw only, though. Avatar of
No,
Sidorak.
no, it's both.
Oh, it is enemy
Uh,
character. Yep.
oh man, so he's what? Okay. Oh man, he's losing out on free collision damage on Red Guardian there. That's a bummer, but I'm imagining he saw it because um I'm imagining he saw it is the only thing I can say here because like you just threw Ultron. He did the right move. He just didn't throw him into the character I or the into the direction I thought he would throw him. So
Hmm.
I think that was an active choice.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he just wanted them to start further away outside of the gamma for next round, so his first move is move on to a point before attacking. Um, an another slide.
Pupper is suggesting he's just trying to keep priority by only dazing one character and then doing what I said basically last round. Like you daze characters after they've activated. Um, but it's I think this is the big swing turn you need where you just massacre their team. And what's gonna happen? Um, I just don't
Yep.
see Ultron having a phenomenal turn. I mean, he could have a good turn, but nothing crazy as an opening active as an opening. What did he just do here? He
It
just
looks like
spent.
we're
We're doing
playing
he did the
comrades.
bodyguard, and Crimson Dynamo paid, and Red
Mm-hmm.
Guardian paid, so he's counting blanks. Oh, he's just like the attack just got shut down. Yeah, so this is Comrade's Keeper
Mm-hmm.
and refraction shield from what's it called? It's called Disruption Field from Crimson Dynamo, and he also paid 2 for Focused Repulsion Field for Red Guardian. So we counted blanks. Not that he got any, but Juggernaut kind of just whiffed super hard there.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, oh, I think, did we just see Disruption Field reroll misses because he was hoping to get 1 damage on him so he could throw Juggernaut? I think that's what we just
I
saw.
think we did.
And he just missed. He also missed those. So that's pretty funny.
The whiff of the century ended up helping him somehow.
Zombie Toes mentioned that by throwing Ultron into the trash, he generated a power for Jugs. So it's a very good call out here because yeah, he's saying exactly what happened. That if he didn't do any damage to Red Guardian, he would still be at 3 power because of that garbage can that Ultron destroyed getting thrown into it, and therefore can still play Do You Know Who I Am this turn before he ends his activation. But it looks like he did end Juggernaut's activation. Juggernaut can still play that card when it's not his turn. All right, so we
Mhm.
have 5 dice attack, looks like, going into Juggernaut. Maybe red. Oh, this is a Dark Star because he's re-rolling all and gets no successes, so nothing goes through. Dark Star has another action coming up here.
I wonder when we're gonna see Darkstar. I honestly think I would have liked to see Darkstar try to position a little closer to Ultron and potentially look at portaling him at the top of next round to come closer.
Yeah, but then you're opening with Dark Star, which is like kind of a bummer.
This is true and fair.
So it's like I think she just has to sit on the back point and just throw
Ooh,
range fours. Okay.
decent chunk,
Oh, so
but I don't
we
know.
hit Saber. So she hit Sabretooth here, and now she's gonna portal somebody range 3. Looks like herself. Um, something interesting that might come up in this game, which would be kind of fun, would be would be that he could sovereign strike a Magneto piece of terrain that he set up and like daze Magneto with his own piece of terrain with the sovereign strike. We could see something like that, and that would be kind of neat.
It also ends up bringing back Ultron drones in that situation because it's an allied effect.
Yes,
So you can
that's pretty funny. Can you imagine that? And
the
yeah,
the best outcome.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Okay, so hey Krunstall, thanks for joining. So what do we have next? So Grrn is probably gonna look to activate now. And now at this point, like, so we're gonna have a pounce. We're gonna see a pounce here, and then a spender probably. That's all 5 power on Sabretooth. If he's range 2, maybe he just does the builder, to gain more power. Um, and then, hmm, yeah,
I
I'm predicting a Age of, or what's it called, an Asteroid M here, and just like bodying the every character in the middle. We'll see. Let's see if he ends up playing Asteroid M now this round or a future round. But Sabretooth, um, the problem that Sabretooth's going to experience here is that he's going to be inside of the disruption field if he pounces, and maybe he man, I
I
would
was
love
gonna
to
say I
go
think
ahead.
you go Magneto here, to be honest, and I'm kind of glad I was just thinking this through because if you go with Sabretooth, he's just gonna end up getting pushed away by Red Guardian and be
Yeah.
kind of a bad target for Asteroid M then.
My question is like, do you play like, oh man, it's like, do you play do you know who I am here? Like, do you like
I think you're right. I honestly think that this is where you do play Do You Know Who I Am, opening up and just trying to take out a Crimson Dynamo.
or just getting him out. Yeah, exactly. So let's see. We have Magneto attacking, or he's throwing what? Okay, what just happened?
I
He
do not know.
spent 2 power to throw a size 2 is what I think.
It
Oh,
looks like he
he
threw
threw
his
his
construct, yeah.
yes. And Darkstar took 1 damage from that. So looks like we're gonna see an attack. So I think the reason he threw first is because Darkstar is like the only viable target that he has to actually um, throw anything at, and he's got all this power. Um, so yeah, he gave power to Sabretooth and Magneto, or Sabretooth.
Right.
Okay,
Here comes a nice 3/2 car, I think, actually.
so he threw a size 2 car into Darkstar,
Mhm.
and I'll push through 2 more damage. So is he gonna spend 4 power to throw another size 2 at Darkstar? Um, hmm. It looks like he's gonna attack her. We're gonna see a Darkstar reactive ability here. She's gonna pay for Dark Force Barrier, targeted by a physical or energy attack. Add 2 dice to the defense roll. The character cannot be advanced, pushed, or placed by the effects of that attack. So she's not gonna. Well, I mean, this is range 2, so she's not gonna get pushed anyway. But Blake coming up big with 4 blocks, and my God,
Oof.
Gurn. Oh, that's a bummer. He
Looks like
just he had full rerolls. I don't know. Did he take them? He looks like
it
he
doesn't.
Might
Looks
not have
like
yet.
he's taking them.
Let's see. He rolled. He's red. So yeah, he rolled his crit. He exploded his crit, but he didn't re-roll anything. So can he get her? He's 5 blocks. He,
You
if
would
he
have
rolls
to
six,
convert.
six. Yeah, he can't get her. Oh my goodness.
I think he's, yeah, doing the quick
You
math.
convert all of them and you still only do 1 damage. That's just rough. Um, wow, he missed the reroll all. Oh, you think he attacked Dynamo is what you're saying. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, good call on that one. And the buff that can happen is to any character within 3, and because so that's why you didn't get the rerolls. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for calling that out. Okay, so now we have must be a beam from Dynamo.
Must. And I mean, he's got cover, so this is just going to be hard to tear through.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like Magneto opted to only roll 3 dice, but he had cover, so he's shocked now. And Juggernaut is going to get the attack here. When I play Dynamo, it's always great when he he starts a round with enough power to disruption field attacks, and then they don't kill Dynamo if they go into him, and he's left with maybe whatever. He's left with like 3 health left or something, and then you just beam the crap out of 2 or 3 characters, and then now he has like all this power again to continue to disruption field for the rest of the round. And it just feels really great, especially on top of that if he's not holding an extract or something, and and so he's just they're attacking this character and they just cannot punch through at all. Anyway, we have another beam going through. Looks like into
This is into Mags. I think
he
he
paid
opted
this
to pay
time.
this time, yeah.
Yes.
All right, that's. Maybe we're gonna see him do you know who I am super late just to get Dynamo out of efficiency range.
Yeah, so now that the round is getting closer to the end, it's now I was saying you want to take out characters before they get their full activations, but Blake's activations, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Ultron is the main puncher here. The rest of these
Mm-hmm.
characters have regular 5 dice attacks. Dynamo with only can get he can get 2 5 dice attacks per action, but that's when you're a beam character, you want to hit 3, really to feel like you're getting the full impact of the beam. And on top of that, you've got cover on these characters that have damage reduction or and all that. So it's um if Grrn is able to take out these characters that have already activated and therefore maintain priority, next round you could potentially KO them. So Dark Star. So I'd be looking at focusing down Dark Star, and then on the next round. Oh, so the problem is Ultron has the freaking card, so there's no way to deal with that effectively. But let's see what he does here. Going after flipping Dynamo would be huge if you could KO him next round.
So I think that's just the base move. I think you're right. I think you go for Dark Star here, and then you have plenty of power to. You could build her and then potentially pounce depending on how this attack shakes out.
Yeah, Zombie Toes is mentioning a late game Asteroid M play. Let's see if that happens. Okay.
Oof.
All right, so yeah, that's a terrible roll for Grrn. Grrn is I gotta say these dice feel pretty bad is what I'm seeing. But
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know. Overall, I'm just thinking about the dice overall for him, and it's he's just not getting that spike. He hasn't had a spike yet.
it has been pretty brutal. I wonder if you just maybe throw the Crimson or the Red Guardian up Crimson Dynamo just out of the way so you can get onto point easier and then pounce into Dark Star.
Okay. So he already pounced, right? He pounced to get to the spot he was at. Oh no, he didn't. He moved.
I think he did a run, so I think
Yeah,
that
you're
was his
right.
only attack action. So yeah, I think you throw Red Guardian first and then you pounce into Dark Star to try to get onto point and daze
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And that way, Red Guardian can't really put you if you can get yourself in there, then Red
Mm-hmm.
Guardian can't really push you off the point. However, as of right now, you're losing. Um, you're losing on researcher, right? Because yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, I think you'd be tied if you daze
It,
Darkstar. You're tied. You have to daze
mm,
her though.
right. So you need
And
to clip the perfect angle.
Mhm,
Sabretooth did spike on Ultron at the beginning of the round, so Gurn had that. But other than that
mhm.
attack, like he just threw two things at Darkstar and she only took 3 damage. So it's like, oh man, it's like when you see that, and then of course your attacks in a Dynamo have basically done nothing. It's like it's just tough. We did have a patch up, I think, is what we saw.
Yeah, there was a patch up between Darkstar to Crimson Dynamo. Goodness
I
gracious.
love all the notes that Zombie Toes is bringing forward to us in the chat. He like it must he knows what's going on more than I do. All right, but yes,
He's
the Do You Know Who I Am will win you the researcher here, and Asteroid. I mean, you could play Asteroid M, um, and like a combination of both of them will win the researcher. He pounced in a Dynamo.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to try to pounce into
All right, there it
oh,
is. We're
there
looking
it
at
is.
yep. Zombie. I only ever play Brotherhood. I quit. No, this is good. I appreciate the feedback because I don't play Brotherhood that much and I don't see all these combos that you're seeing. So I appreciate all the comments that the different lines that you're mentioning here. Um, okay. I mean, if you're gonna throw them into terrain, I guess you're looking to destroy the construct is what is happening here. Because if you throw them into the size 3, obviously you wouldn't destroy, you wouldn't break it. So there must be a power gain. Give a power to Sabretooth. Give a power to Magneto. There it is.
Magneto.
And do you Asteroid M in? Oh, you had to pay 3. Hold on, you can't now because Juggernaut had to pay for that, right? He didn't pay for it.
Yeah, he would. Juggernaut has to pay for it because he had.
There, he paid for it.
All right, there it is.
Okay, so we're not seeing an Asteroid M now because the opportunity has passed. Red Guardian is going to. Okay, look at that. You've created yourself an angle that Sabretooth's going to get pushed on. So you're going to lose the researcher. Asteroid M. See, Asteroid M would have brought Magneto to like right beside Juggernaut and Sabretooth to prevent all of them from getting pushed away. And that would have. Oh yeah, that's bad. Um, Tied it. I'm trying to like understand the math here. Like
Yeah, that's tough.
you
I
would you have had to Asteroid M and body block Red Guardian? I think you would have had to do that. I don't know if he had the room to be able um to move and get into the range of the researcher. It's tricky, man. Red Guardian's push attack is coming in clutch here numerous times.
he's a bit slept on. He's got a great tactics card. He's got some good auto pushes. I don't know. Maybe I should give him a shot in Wakanda. They like auto pushes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If man, could you imagine if this guy, if like Red Guardian had like a long move or something, dude, he'd be like in every freaking list.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you're not.
he would be in every list if he had a long move. That's like his only real downside as a 3 threat character. I mean, of course, like I mean, like he's not like the damage dealing 3, of course, right? But like he's like
Mhm.
this displacement monster.
Did we see Sabretooth forget his healing factor?
We might have it is optional. Um, so
Nope, no, we didn't see it.
okay,
I
okay.
see it here in chat.
All right. So now we got 1 point. Gurn got 1 point for the middle researcher, and then we had 2 points for Blake. So that's why we're at. Let's see how the score went. How did it make sure? 5-7 for blue, and we
Mhm.
went 5-6. for Grrn. Grrn does have priority here. So the only way to take Ultron off the board is if he spends to a point where if Ultron spends all the power to the point where he has only 1 power remaining when his activation ends. And that way, if he takes 6 damage and gets KO'd, he only has 7 power and therefore cannot play the Age of Ultron, which would resurrect him healthy. So yes, so let's see if Blake plays Ultron the way he should, which is maintain at least 2 power on him by the end of Ultron's activation. It is Grrn's turn to activate though, so let's see what he does. We have Juggernaut could like move. He could like do a slide into Dynamo and also throw Dynamo to do 2 auto points of damage that cannot be prevented. So, but he doesn't have enough power to do all of those things.
I was gonna say
Immediately.
it looks. I was gonna just question if you think he's gonna see magnetic refraction at the
Yeah,
top of his
yeah.
activation or not.
There it is.
Looks
That's
like he
you
caught
know
it.
you've played Magneto enough that he's gonna play that. Um, yeah, Sabretooth being short of power here is kind of is unfortunate. Here, Softlo is thinking Magneto should go and just take out these characters. 2 health. It could throw the world. He's got 4 power. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of throws available to him. Size 2 construct, a couple of size 1s. I don't know if that this bus stop looks out.
I think that bus stop is out. Yeah, no, he doesn't have a lot left to throw in the area, and
But
he
he could
almost.
take out.
I
Yeah,
think he needs to go for Dynamo here. It's gonna be a
it is.
tough sell.
It is. I can understand why he's stalling on activating because there is there are some tough choices here. You just don't have enough power to do like anything optimal or like any sort of like best ceilings. You're not going to hit any ceilings with your characters that I can see.
All right, what are we seeing first?
Okay, looks like we're going to see an
Ooh,
attack into Ultron, and it looks like Darkstar is going to buff the attack or buff the so that means that Ultron is going to be rolling 6 dice to defend this attack, and he cannot be pushed because Darkstar pumped the dice.
uh-oh.
Oh, 5
Well,
dice on Ultron. So what's going on here? Why is it only 6 dice? Okay, yeah, it was 6 dice. He just
yep.
whiffed it all, and Magneto did 3.
Is he should be outside of 2, so he should be. I think he keeps forgetting that reroll.
No, hold on. Which reroll? If he's outside of 2, he doesn't get the reroll.
Oh yeah, you're right. In
Dynamo. So he's doing it again. He's doing something again, but Dynamo did reduce the shields, or he did. Oh, he skull. Oh, Magneto sculling out. Skulls and Magneto. Name a better duo. Name a more popular duo. All right.
more skulls, more fun.
Yeah, it's not. Well, so we didn't pump. He didn't pump the dice this time, so it means that he can get displaced from the push, regardless of what the amount of dice he rolled. And ooh, I would not throw that in Dynamo. No matter what, he survives. I throw it into Darkstar because if she whiffs, she dies. She flips. Now with Ultron at 3 damage left remaining on his card, it means that he needs to have 4 power. He needs to have more than 4 power, 5 or more when he ends his activation. So that'll be something we're keeping an eye on. Wow, look at that. He did throw the size 1 into Dynamo. Now you throw the size 2 into Dynamo. And is that what we're seeing? Are we seeing another
I
size
think
1?
so. It looks like he.
Oh, he whiffs it again.
Oh
Oh my
no!
goodness. He just threw 2 size 1s at Dynamo. 2 size 1s can get Dynamo. Yeah, Softful called it. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, you're right. Because especially if you get that first one, because there's no when a character has damage reduction 1 and they have 1 health left, you have to look at that as if they have that ability doesn't exist anymore. For that next damage you push out to them, they have to do a perfect block on it, because there's no if they take 2, they go to 1, they die. Anyway, something to think about. Something to think about when you are dealing with these damage reduction 1 characters. Okay, so Magneto has done 2 attacks. He did 2 terrain throws. He's thinking about spending 4 power to throw the size 2 into Dark Star. Um, seems reasonable. You just what happens is you lose out on paying power to buff your shields, to create your shields. And the one problem that Magneto is going to face um, is that Red Guardian, if he attacks Magneto, he gets displaced. And unless Magneto pays his own 2 power to buff his own defense dice, because if you do that, you don't get displaced by the attack. So I think that you're already going to be displaced by Ultron. I think you should just throw the terrain at the Dark Star. Did Magneto roll too many dice? Yeah, I think he did, but I think he did. We missed it on the first one, and the second one had no
No, he
impact.
got a crit. He got a crit
On
on the second one.
but how does he doesn't have crits in the dice roll, like in the dice pool. Like look at the overlay.
He got
Oh, Dynamo.
dynamoed him. Yep. So if you up in chat, he starts with
Yeah, I see it. Hit crit.
went 2
Yeah.
up.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool. All right. Thank you for calling. Good call. All
Yep.
right.
He started with 5. It's the
Hit Dynamo.
saddest Magneto attack.
Okay, we've got yeah, it's all good. I appreciate the calls because I'm trying to catch as many things as possible,
Yeah.
and chat helps a
I
lot.
think we just saw. So Red Guardian just paid 3 for Sovereign Strike. I think. Yep. Sovereign Strike to take out the
Oh, see,
Magneto.
this is okay.
And
This
he
is why you
just
should have
spawned the
thrown it.
Ultron Grunt. Yep, you should have thrown it because now you've got Ultron Grunt standing next to you, and Ultron's coming in hot with some power.
Yeah, yeah. That's that just gave him okay, so the grunts now, yeah, exactly. They're staggered. So and there's nothing to do there. They just come out. So it's Ultron now doing a range 4 into Magneto. So
Uh,
is that what's happening? What else are we
I
seeing?
don't
Oh
know.
no no
I think this
someone
is.
else has to someone else played a Sovereign Strike.
Yeah,
Who
I
is
think
the
this is Red
attack?
Guardian. Red Guardian paid for it, so I'm
Okay.
guessing. Oh, but it's Darkstar's attack. Interesting.
I forgot that Sovereign Strike. I don't know. My brain just messed myself up. But okay, we have Dark Star attacked because she gained power. She attacked into
Hmm.
Sabretooth probably because he has weak energy defense, right? And we're seeing Sabretooth get dazed here with the 2 energy attacks from Dark Star. That's that there you go. That's what you want out of a 3 threat character, taking out 4 threats, stopping them from getting a
Hmm.
turn.
When did we see Exceptional get burned?
Yeah, it must have. I noticed that earlier. He must have. The drones can auto shake stagger. Yes,
Yep.
you're right. They can. So they can just get 2 attacks and burn through Magneto's defensive power maybe. Or his power, yeah. It's attacking Magneto is like brutal on Magneto's his power economy usually, especially if they're like threatening attacks, because then he's always spending 2, and he's just never getting the full power for the damage dealt because of that. Darkstar forced exceptional when she spiked in a previous round. Yeah, the energy
Oh, okay.
attacks, doing the hitting your enemies, like basically what I'm seeing from Blake is like he's pinging Sabretooth with Darkstar, and he's pushing Darkstar away with Red Guardian, and then Ultron is encephalo beaming Magneto every round. So what's basically I'm like he's picking the right characters for the right jobs. He's not trying to like take on the world with one of the characters or anything like that. He's just each character is like doing their job. Okay, so we have the drones moving moving to within range 2 of Juggernaut and Magneto. I think we're setting up here a move spender, extinction protocols, and it's going to throw Juggernaut into the drones. and probably maybe blow them up again. They're dealing with a little bit of a. If you've got a crises that is like this, where it's not flat on the ground, you can unlock it.
There we go.
I don't know what happened there, but either way, you can unlock it by pressing L, and then you can relock it by pressing L again. The only thing I would say is that you could potentially unlock the mat itself, and the mat would just float into the sky, and you want to avoid that. So just be very careful when you do things like that. All right, so Ultron is moving. So the drones did their attacks,
Mm-hmm. Looks like they
and
moved and attacked.
yeah, Juggernaut took one more damage, maybe. Is what I think I saw.
It looks
No,
like it's
no
2 hits, 2
damage.
blocks.
Yeah, okay, okay. All right. Are we gonna see 4 power spent on Ultron? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's interesting is that he's going to. Oh, he's only spending 2 for Encephalo Beam. Okay. You want? I'm guessing you want to put him outside of 3 of Juggernaut, or looks like you're just. Okay, there we go. So he's gonna measure a range 3 on Juggernaut probably, or maybe he'll check that after because of magnetic refraction giving Juggernaut cover. But here's the idea: is that okay? I'm mixing up things in my mind, but Ultron is now vulnerable. If Juggernaut lives here, Ultron will if he does a spender, Ultron is vulnerable. So let's see if he pays 4 power. He is not. He is doing a builder. That is the right move here. You would have been in a spot where you could have been KO'd and not played Age of Ultron if you did. So as a
Oh
result, he
no.
rolls poorly though.
So he gets 1 damage through here. You just reduce, and then he's on 7. So
Bleed poison on Juggernaut. Nobility in the chat makes a good point. Is that if you right click on an object, you can lock it and unlock it, which will it'll prevent as much as possible you from accidentally unlocking the mat. Because
Mhm.
when you right click on an object on the game in the game board, it highlights in yellow, so you can basically make sure that you are make sure that you've selected the right object. So we've got Juggernaut activating now. We've got Red Guardian 2 activate. Red Guardian cannot displace Juggernaut, but he is also healthy where Juggernaut is not healthy. All right, let's see who he attacks.
Mm.
4 into 3. This must have been Red Guardian if I had to guess. Okay, nope, it's
Oh
Dark
no.
Star.
And I think that pushes before damage too.
It is, yes.
Yep.
So it will get her. And do you Asteroid M in now? Magneto.
I think you do. I think this
Roll
is
too
like
many.
your.
Roll too many. 4, 5, 6, 7. He had 8. It's an 8 dice roll. Grrn's been pretty good about these shocks.
I was gonna say no. He rolled 7. He's because you start with 5 on his strike. You have the shock. You go down to 4. You add 3 when you do a move. So he was at the right number.
Yes, it looks like Grrn's rolling the proper amount. Okay.
Yeah, because normally when you move with Juggernaut, it's an 8 dice builder.
I appreciate your the concern because I don't want to. I like clean board states as much as possible. Okay,
There it
so
is.
Juggernaut
There's the
spent
Asteroid
3
M.
power to toss Ultron away. Um, and now he's playing. He's bringing in Magneto with this ability, so he will
Mm.
have priority. Like it's crazy because it's like all this crazy stuff has happened, and it's only 7-6. Like this is still anybody's game. It's like
Mhm.
I'm getting a little nervous now that we're at the 2/3 mark. Or we're approaching the 2/3 mark, and okay. The one thing I have to say about this is that Red Guardian can displace Magneto on if he does 2 attacks. Now, if he does 2 attacks, he's not on any points, and Juggernaut wins
Mhm.
the researcher. There's okay. I appreciate. I like the thinking that both these players are making. Looks like Grrn is reconsidering.
I I really like that placement much more. I think that one is can really, really help you stay where you want to
But you're
stay.
not on the researcher?
Is he not on the researcher
No,
now?
he's
Oh
not. I don't know.
no.
That's interesting. I don't know what the thinking is here. Because now you just go on the researcher. Whoops, I'm moving the camera too much. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
he
man.
because he
Okay,
changed
so hold
his
on.
stuff.
Gurn's okay. He's figuring it out. They're looks like um maybe I think we might have been in a situation where Gurn didn't realize where the researcher was and he put his guy down. It's like, wait a second, that's not
Hmm.
on the point. Like and Blake might be like, yeah, go for it. Like place your guy
Hmm.
on the researcher. Like it's tricky because it's like these are situations where it's like, oh no, you put your model, like I don't know, where do you draw the line between like no, you put your model down, that's where he goes, and one player misunderstanding where an objective token was, especially when another character is on top of it. Like there's like um yeah, it's tricky. So this is where Magneto will pay 2 power to take the
Yeah.
attack, but not be displaced, and therefore the researcher um, is not won by either player, and the score ends up being 0-0 this round.
I think that that's a good call. I do like that one because if you did the double attack move and he wins it, Magneto and Juggernaut have the researcher sitting in the fun area where you get an extra VP where no one actually goes for it. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, but I think that like Gurn could win this game with that a positioning like that
Hmm.
um where he scores that extra VP and just ends up scoring like 4 or what is that? 2 for the researcher, 2 for the 5 points. Like you could score 5 points and then win the game. That's all you would really need. Like if you score it once, like you probably win the game in a lot of these researcher battles. Okay, so looks like we've got a um we've got a 5 hold on. We've got a 6-7-0-0 round this round. And we
Uh,
have priority going to Gurn again. So what do we think? What do you think he does here?
I think if I was Gurn, I would be looking at Apex Predator trying to pick off. I don't know if he would be going. I would probably be trying to go and pick off Crimson Dynamo
Yeah,
if at
I
all
like
possible. There's a lot of power there to work with.
I really like the I really like that. He's got 7 power. He could first of all he could throw Dynamo into Darkstar. Um and that's a guaranteed point into Crimson, and you could also pounce into him. That's 3. That could be up to 3 more damage into Dynamo, and that right there, you're talking about 4 damage. You just need to punch through 2 damage on 2 attacks, and then Darkstar is left with either 1 health left, or I mean, like it depends on her block, but like she could be left on 1. Um, and like that's a lot that Sabretooth could do there.
Hmm.
And if he gets lucky on the first attack into Dynamo, he can just KO Darkstar at the second attack. Um, I would that would just put Blake in a huge disadvantage because he'd only have 2 models left to go. Left like each round. So that's what I would like to see. But
I yeah, I think it's Apex, an 8 power Apex start. That's your favorite. That's what you want to do.
yeah, the question is, what can he do here? Stop squealing and die? Is he gonna? Would he get greedy? I don't know. I think that it would seem like that power
Ah,
is always a bad idea. Like in most
I
cases, unless you like have nothing else to do. Oh, he's doing it. That's
oh,
awesome. All right,
let's
it
see
could
what it
this could
is.
be a huge payoff. Now, who is he attacking? He's spending. Oh, Darkstar's buffing the dice. So
And
and Crimson Guard. Yeah, look at this. They're getting the whole shielding is up, both
the
sides.
whole crowd.
This is not going to go well, I don't think, for Gurn. Oh, he rolls well though.
Ooh.
Um, so the pierce happens before Crimson Dynamo removes dice. So we'll have to make sure we're on top of this. So we've got 1 block. We had the pierce happen, right? And 1 block
Yeah.
on Blake's side, so he really has no blocks.
Yeah.
5 into no blocks is
Well, he doesn't have the Pierce anymore.
it's a dead. That's
Oh
a
no.
dead. That's a dead girl. She should be dead here. Yep,
I think
they got him. They
he.
got it. Look at that. Oh man, I love when players
Oh,
play like they know the attack sequencing. Um, what are we missing? What's this full reroll about?
don't know.
Um,
What?
what did I miss? What did we miss?
Yeah,
I
we
don't.
missed something.
No, I should did 5 damage. Oh, it was a spender too, so he didn't gain power for that.
Well, if he boosted the. Well, I mean, she's dead. It doesn't matter. I was gonna say if he boosted
Did
the dice, I don't think he added enough dice then, because it's 4 power for 3 dice, if I remember correctly.
yeah, maybe there was something missed there. Um, on Blake's side, how many dice did he roll? Blue.
Uh, looks like he rolled
One, two,
8.
3, 4, 5. No, he rolled 5 dice, so
Oh,
he did pump his dice to 2 to 5.
mm-hmm.
Rolling for copium. Yeah, yeah, potentially. All right, so now you've so hold on. We're okay. Dynamo has tons of power, so yeah, there's no way. You have to just roll into him, and then hit him with a 5 dice pierce. If you gain power, you can also throw him. Like if you gain one more power, you can on the attack. You can also throw Dynamo. So let's see this. Oh, this is huge. Like this is so much output. 5. First of all, you've just one shot a 5 health character. Now you're throwing the equivalent of like an 8 dice attack into Dynamo.
It's
Oh, he
2.
blocks 2, so he takes 1. Oh man, that was Dynamo needed that.
That was huge. That was absolutely huge.
All right, now an attack. We are disruption fielding this. So Blake is what do we got? Do we got Pierce on this? So no, bad roll for Sabretooth, but he can still roll into a Pierce. No blocks though, actually, so the Pierce doesn't matter. 3, and here's the Dynamo Refraction. All right, so only 1 damage, but that does put you in a situation where you can throw Dynamo now. So you toss him away,
Oh no.
clip the building.
I
He's
think
at.
he just activated.
Oh, he didn't. He decided not to throw.
It looks like it.
I think it's fine. I think basically
Yeah.
you're setting up for next round. Because imagine starting next round with 0 power on Sabretooth.
Yeah,
Um,
0 power on Sabretooth out there too, just hanging
I
out.
mean, you have Magneto leadership to get you more power, but there's no guarantee there. So I think this is fine. 1 damage on Dynamo. Um, hmm. Medium throw. You are completely out of it with Dynamo, though. But what's Dynamo going to do? Is Dynamo going to go to the other Gamma? Or he's going to...
Get a pretty decent beam because he's gonna start pinging those Ultron drones too.
Do we think we're going to see a Dynamo Spender here? Because it shoots through cover, it breaks cover, and it also Magneto can't pump his dice. And if a Juggernaut pays for it, he's left at 0 power. That's pretty funny. Um, if he pays to if the wild is rolled and there's an explosive on it, yeah. So, are we gonna see that?
I think we're gonna see
I'd love to
two.
see it, but
I bet we see two beams. Yep, I was gonna say. I bet we see two beams because he's got an Ultron
he
drone
paid
sitting
for
in
it.
the.
No, hold on, no, he didn't. Wait, no. Yeah, he did. What's
He
going on here?
paid 2 to bump. It looks
Oh,
like.
okay, gotcha. All right, so we're doing a beam, and
Hmm.
Ultron drones are taking a damage.
And I correct me if I'm wrong. Don't Ultron drones take the damage last?
They would, yes, but I mean,
Okay.
like ultimately, it's going to have no impact on in this case. But yeah, we'll have to watch for that if that ends up happening. But yes, in the beam attack sequence, the allied characters will take their damage after all of the attacks are resolved.
Big, big spike from the
Yeah, there we go. And then
first
Magneto didn't have
beam
the
too.
shield; he only had cover, and he rolled 2 in 5. Yeah, there's 30 damage through.
Oof.
Oof, and he's got another action left. This is okay. Oh, we're spending 2. Yeah, we're doing the
Hmm.
spender on Dynamo, shooting through cover. What's it called? It's called homing
Homing
rocket. So
rocket.
it's same with
Yeah.
Iron Man, same attack as Iron Man has.
Now I think homing rockets is for sure because you're just punching right through. Oh man.
Oh, that's one
He,
damage on Magneto, and
he got.
explosive is other characters, right?
I think it's
Other enemies.
other
Yeah.
enemy.
So it means that Magneto is gonna live on one. Oh man. Living on one. What's that called again?
The MCP special, I believe, is what we call that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. And now you've got what is it, 3 power on Magneto, you've got a size 2 car and your size 2 construct. I don't know where I would be going with this activation.
Yeah, it is a little tricky. I'd see if I can throw Dynamo. I can't. I don't think you can hit Dynamo. I think that was a really great placement of the drones, and you can't kill the drones because you'll die if you're Magneto. Um, what's happening here? Pang 2 power on. Oh, he's refraction. She's
Looks
doing a
like
shield, so somebody's attacking.
looks like
Um,
it's a Magneto
Magneto
attack. I
5
would
dice with full reroll into somebody. Probably the Guardian. Yeah, it has to be the Guardian if he's doing a reroll. Maybe he isn't.
looks like I think he's just going for the push to get him off that point. And it looks like he's gonna get it.
Okay, who did he go into? Who? How many dice did the blue side roll?
Blue side rolled 4.
So it was Dynamo.
So
Okay.
yep, Dynamo to get him off the point, I bet. There we go. Yep, set a happy Sabretooth up. Everyone, do you see what's
Yeah,
happening?
there you
This
go.
is how you make your Sabretooth happy.
Brotherhood saying, I prefer to call it the Bon Jovi. They're living on a prayer. Hey, yeah, there we go. And you know
Yeah.
what? Dynamo's going to take that one chip damage
Mm-hmm.
in the gamma, so it's gonna. I think that's gonna
And
pay off in the long run. Next round, it's gonna pay off.
I think that you called the right thing there with the apex of holding your power at the end instead of throwing. I think he saw a little bit of Dynamo moving and getting pushed back.
Yeah, Softlow calling out the patch up on Jugs would be huge here.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
he rolls really well. Disruption. He
he
also threw. He
does.
also attacking Dynamo first. It means that disruption field is offline. So basically, a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of little small like these
I
all
did
great
he
reasons.
just I think he just spiked Red Guardian.
He count blanks? He counts blanks. He must have paid two.
Oh,
He
he
did. He
counted.
did. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So he rolled. He survives
Oh
on one.
man.
But hey, there's a terrain to be thrown. Okay. Are you gonna patch up Juggernaut for three? You do, right? You patch up Juggernaut for three here.
I I think you 100% patch up Juggernaut for. Well, he's got enough power to do both. Why
Or
not?
hold on. No, he didn't gain the power yet. Now he just gained the
Yep.
power.
You
Okay.
patch up Juggernaut for 4, and then you throw the size 2.
Toss that size one. Softlow saying, yeah, let's see it. Let's see
Yep.
him.
Give him this. Give him. These size ones have been treating you well too.
Oh, here's the problem though: is you can only throw a size 2 or a size 1. You can't throw both because only. Oh wait, no, I'm mistaken. You're gonna gain power from the terrain
Mm-hmm.
destroyed, so you could do both. You start off with a size 1 though, right? Because then you get the one power you put on Magneto.
I
Um,
think so, right?
it's one. He needs to block 2 out of 3. This is interesting. What did he throw? What did he paying? What's he paying on?
Uh,
He didn't pay for it yet.
oh, he just ended. No, it looks like he actually ended up just finishing
Oh
Magneto's
wow, he didn't throw any
activation.
size ones. That's very.
He might be just holding his power for
All
magnetic
right. Well,
refraction,
he's waiting for next round.
maybe.
Now Juggernaut can chip him, right? Oh, so he's doing
Mm-hmm.
it now. He's doing an attack into Juggernaut. Red
I think it
Guardian
was the. I think he ended up
holding
doing shield
Prio,
though.
holding Prio.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Thank you, chatters. Good call. I think that it was the right decision. I think Grrn's been really good on holding off on attrition. Like he's like putting his foot on the gas, and then he's like letting go really, really effectively to maintain priority.
Ugh. It's my favorite thing in chat when playing Juggernaut to see the take one, spend one, gain one.
Yeah,
What
yeah. I
a
know it's so much power and movement that it's like it's hard to keep up with. I'm just hoping for the most part these players are like playing. They know their affiliations because there's a lot of there's so much to keep up on the chat on the game chat. So it's a lot. Okay. Juggernaut is looking to toss Magneto
oh.
medium, right? Or hold on. He just spent 3. He just
I think
gained 3 power.
he walked to gain 2 on Juggernaut so he can then throw him, and I think he's just gonna walk back to sure.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. He's just well. Okay. So he's not. He didn't do a slide there. He did a walk. He's gonna throw Magneto medium, or sorry, Ultron medium. And something important to note about Juggernaut's side here, though, is that he no longer has the helmet on his injured side, which means that Ultron can Encephalo Beam Juggernaut. But
Why did you wait? What? No, I'm confused. Why
what's
did
up?
he leave? Oh, I thought he activated
No,
Juggernaut.
he still has one more
The
action
poison.
left. I think he's going
I saw
to.
the poison. Oh
Oh
goodness.
yeah, yeah. He's gonna. He's probably gonna move and attack Red Guardian. Or. Hmm. Did he leave? What's going on?
What is this? Yeah.
3. He's rolling. He's attacking into some. What the heck? What is this?
What?
He's rolling. What just
That
rolled?
must have been a grunt.
1, 2, 3. How do you have 5 defense dice here? What am I missing?
Yeah, I missed something huge here.
Is he letting him attack him before he moved Ultron? I don't understand. 1 power, 1 damage to Juggernaut. Oh no, the Ultra. Juggernaut's done. The drones just attacked Juggernaut.
Oh goodness, that's what it is.
He
Oh,
moved
he
and
just
throw.
hasn't. He just didn't put the.
Yeah,
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 he just did move throw. He could have done move throw and then moved back to the point. That's why I was confused. I thought I saw it for half a second.
yeah. That's super weird how he didn't do that. Um,
Hmm.
so and now that Blake's gonna be scoring. Oh look, can he get on the gamma? He can't get on the gamma. So he's gonna be scoring 1 VP on his home gamma. Um, he's at 5. Ultron's at 5 now. So
And then
he's
he's
gonna be
gonna.
at look. He's like Blake's maintaining the power on Ultron really well, right? Because he's gonna be at 6 power at the beginning of next
Mhm.
round, and therefore, if he takes 2, he's gonna be able to play Age.
Very good power management there.
Yeah. So he just did exactly. He didn't do too much and left Ultron vulnerable. Yeah. Why did? Yeah. I will ask why Jugs did not move back onto the researcher. Yeah. It seems like he missed that completely because now he's only at 2 power. Um, he's not going to get any power in the power phase, so when he moves, he's only going to have 2 power, and therefore going to not be able to slide. So,
Juggernaut's on 0 power right now.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so when Juggernaut goes to activate, he'll only
Oh,
have 2 power and won't be able to slide. So
oh, I see now.
he'll just have
Yep,
to move twice, and
that's
that's
so bad.
it. He can't do
That's
anything
unfortunate.
else. Terrain will save him though. If he can destroy terrain, he'll have a 3rd power. Yeah, there we go. Nobility just called it out too. So yeah. Um. Okay.
All right. Do you still take the apex line? Do you think, or are you seeing
No,
the board a little
I
bit
think
different?
you have to. Um. I think you have to. That's what I would do. You have to take out Dynamo, and oh man, it's very tough. Um. You have to take out Dynamo and Red Guardian here. I think he's like kind of trying to flood the researcher a bit. 6 to
Mhm.
8. One research. This is round 6. So if okay, it's very complicated. But
This is
I mean,
yeah, very. This is
so
gonna be a fun end game board state.
this
I almost wonder if you go with Magneto here.
well, I think you have to go with Magneto as a second. I think you go Sabretooth, then you go Magneto, because then you get the power on. Like Magneto's gonna live, you have
Mm.
to assume he's gonna live, so you have to. Um, so then you get the power from Magneto's throws, or if Ultron decides to throw, which I doubt he will. I mean he could, but then Juggernaut's online, and then you flood the point, or I guess like maybe you try to body block the point to a spot um, where then Ultron can't use Age of Ultron, and it's tough because if Ultron comes back healthy and just goes on to any of the gammas, he wins the game. So
That's yeah.
Okay,
Let
Juggernaut can
Guardians
double walk,
invade.
throw Ultron off a point. Is what we'd see happen to win to for Grrn to tie this game 8-8, and maybe Juggernaut gets on a point to do that, or Sabretooth stays on a point. What did we just see? We saw.
That was a Magneto builder into Red Guardian to daze him.
Okay, okay. I unfortunately don't like this. I liked the Sabretooth needing to get Dynamo, because now Dynamo might be able to just um move on to a point. I don't know. Like,
What if instead you just throw into Ultron here, and then you walk onto your. You can either stay on the Researcher with the Magneto, force the Age of Ultron, and then Ultron's looking at a zero power activation.
force the.
Force the Age here.
Mm, but okay, you're zero power, but you're healthy. Yeah, I could see, but then he's gonna place within 3 onto a point or something. I don't know. It's I think there's a line there that makes sense, but it's just nervous to trigger it. That's all. There's like, you're limiting. Ultron is limited in what he can do because he can't spend any power as of right now. And he attacked into
Uh,
Ultron. He triggered Age.
that's exactly what
He's
happened.
gonna spend all of his power. The
Mm-hmm.
grunts are gonna come off the board because your parent is KO'd. I'm gonna ask. Um,
I
Still
think
waiting
he
on the
can
formula.
throw.
Ultron aged. Do the grunts blow up? Yeah, but do they come off the board? Do they come off the board though? Right? Like.
I'm not sure of because he's not removed from the board.
Oh,
Instead, he
okay.
removes all
Okay.
specialists. So
Nobility
I
is
think
saying
they
Ultron is never
stay.
removed from the battlefield, so the grunts don't have to be removed. Um. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, hold on. They did remove them. I think this is like you're KO'd, and when you're KO'd, you're like, I don't. I guess this is still forum stuff. Did he
I think he
maybe?
threw something into the grunt there.
Did the grunts roll for that though?
Yeah, I think they rolled two defense dice or two dodge dice. The
Magneto.
looks of it. It looks
Did he throw
like
a collision? He had 2 things out? Yeah, so he must have thrown
Yep,
the.
he must have thrown one. There's the
And
power drop
power
for
gain
it.
to. Did Juggernaut get a power? Sabretooth got a power. Okay.
Hmm.
I think that this is still this is a problem. I think for Blake still, right? Because now you can displace Ultron as your last action. Um, what's happening here?
You throw in the size one. Oh, and the size two. We're just doing all the throws.
Oh, it's
He
still
must
Magneto's
have.
turn. Oh, duh, duh.
Magneto's just whipping everything.
Oh,
He's
gotcha.
no more terrain. Terrain is fake.
That's a size 2 car as well.
Hmm.
Terrain is fake. All
Maybe
right.
he just. Okay,
Um.
well, we didn't see the terrain get thrown into. So he must have thrown the terrain into itself just to generate more power for the team.
Okay, so basically the out here is Sabretooth dazing Dynamo, and then or I get here's the interesting thing is that both Sabretooth and Juggernaut can displace the other 2 characters. So Ultron going here means he has to um it's tough. I don't know, like basically if nobody does anything other than try to get on a point and score, Grrn wins the game because whatever character you don't like, it's just a each character will displace the other one. Go with Dynamo, he goes onto a point, and then Sabretooth displaces him off of it. And then you go with Ultron to displace Sabretooth, and then Juggernaut displaces Ultron. And then and Magneto gets the researcher here, and plus 1 point for Juggernaut being on a point. Potentially, it looks like it, but it's hard to tell exactly. And therefore, Grrn goes 9-8 and wins. All right, so I think I like this play, but can Juggernaut get within range 2? Looks like he can. If I had to guess, that there he can get range 2 on Dynamo and displace him off of that. So knowing that, it's like you can take a gamble here. You can either go with Sabretooth and KO Dynamo, or you can go with Sabretooth and try to take out Ultron, which will win you the game. If you kill Ultron here, you win the game because Sabretooth will get on the Gamma, and that's 9 points. Oh, sorry. Oh, holy shit. I'm mistaken. Juggernaut would have to get to the other Gamma to do that. So,
I think you go with Sabretooth here. You're gonna need to walk and throw Crimson Dynamo
so
into some
you
terrain.
leap into him here then, right?
I
You,
think you double walk and you throw him into some terrain instead. To one, you get him off the point, then you're scoring that one.
do you need
Two,
to?
then you're
Yeah.
getting Juggernaut an extra power
Okay, so you're
to.
throwing him into the sign,
Mm-hmm.
and then the gamma damage will put him at 1 health left,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're still at 2 health, 2 power. I mean, um, okay. So yeah, okay, all right. That's what we're going
Mm-hmm.
for. I don't know. Sabretooth needs to challenge Crims. Yeah, okay. So looks like Grrn is on the path to victory here, is what we can see. Um,
Yeah, I really like that because now it's walk. He pushes, and now yeah,
Yeah.
you can just throw Ultron off that point. Ultron's
So
got to stay on the ground.
Ultron has to get power here to displace. Um, he has to get power here to displace Magneto. Um, and oh man,
I
it's
think he has
yeah. I think
to.
this is I think Gurn's gonna win this
I
game.
think I
This
think
is what
Gurn
I'm
has it
seeing.
kind of tied up
Yeah,
because even if he displaces Magneto with an Encephalo beam,
Juggernaut
Juggernaut's just
just
gonna
comes over and
double
double
walk and
walk.
toss him. Yeah.
Can he body block him? No, he can't because then Juggernaut will be in range 2 on the first attack or on the
Hmm.
first move, probably. Yep. So I think we're seeing this play out on in Gurn's favor barely.
I think your potential only way would be if you go.
You have to one shot. We have to one shot a character and
Yeah.
displace the other.
Oh, what line is
Ooh,
he
okay.
seeing? Because he only needs. Okay, so it's 8-6 right now. He's up by 2. Researcher scores 2, so that's gonna tie it. He just needs to go up by 1 point this round and not allow another. I don't think that's possible.
I
I
think
really
that the
don't.
answer is you're healthy though. You're healthy. Can you get to where
Hmm.
Sabretooth is and not be thrown by Juggernaut? That would get you 2 points. So is that enough? They'll
But then
Juggernaut. Oh
does
yeah, no,
Juggernaut just
farther.
double walks onto a
Yeah,
point?
and
Yeah.
you're scoring
I
3.
think
No, no, I think that
I think you
I
have
think
to spike Juggernaut
if
off the table here.
if Ultron can be in a spot where Juggernaut can't get him off of that back, oh, off of the back gamma that Sabretooth is on, then Blake scores 2 VPs, and and if Gurns scores 3, it's a 10-9 win for Blake. But so he's not taking that. He's not looking at that.
He's shooting. He's
Um,
oh no.
oh, and he whiffs bad. They both
That's
whiff
really
terribly.
bad.
So he gets 1 power though, so he can displace. Oh,
No,
cover,
Juggernaut's gonna
cover.
pay.
No, no.
Juggernaut
Oh,
out of cover, but Juggernaut's gonna pay to reduce to 0, so
was
he's
that
not
in
gonna take
Juggernaut?
any.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that was
Juggernaut.
the range 4 into
Oh,
Juggernaut, and
I
he's
thought.
already. Oh no.
I
So
see. Juggernaut. Okay, so is attacking Juggernaut here? One-shotting Juggernaut is the answer then,
he needs
because
to one shot him with the second attack, and
mm,
Juggernaut cannot
yeah,
reduce.
you're right. So that was the other out. Is attacking Juggernaut and then displacing Magneto. Oh my gosh, there's like a 2%er
Oh,
here. Okay, no, he doesn't get enough. Uh,
yeah, that's not gonna do
6.
it.
Hold on. Yeah, because the block there stops it.
Hmm. So he's
Okay,
blocking 2. Yeah.
that's yeah. So Juggernaut just going to double walk and displace Ultron with a throw.
Wait, did he reduce there?
Um,
Oh no, he's fine still. He's
yeah,
fine. So
yeah.
as long as he's got 1 power, he's.
He paid 1 to take 1.
Hmm. He did it. He did my favorite.
Yeah, that was a super tough match. Good job to both players.
Oh, for
Means
sure.
that Gurn is now going to be. Hold on, Magneto hadn't activated. What's going on? What's going on?
No, he's
Oh,
Encephalo
Encephalo
beaming
Beam.
Magneto.
Encephalo Beam.
Yep.
All right, all right.
He's still doing the full play out of
He's
it, which
trying it.
I.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So this means that Gurn is going to go to 4-1, and so he is
Whoa,
his.
maybe this body.
No,
No, this
no,
doesn't really
Juggernaut's
body
fast.
block
He's
it. Yeah,
fast. Yeah.
he's a big boy. What am I thinking?
and just don't throw at a bad angle, basically. But yeah, so Grrn's gonna be 4-1. He's in a winning in situation in this last round of the Swiss league, and Blake is dropping to 3-2. So unfortunately, he's out. But there is going to be a second chance league for season 14 that's going to start up after after a 1 week break, I believe. That's how they've been doing it. And so Blake could play in that and maybe qualify early for season 14. But either way, both players played really well. I liked a lot of their decisions. Um, so did they do the score? They did the score. So let's jump into their chat.
Absolutely.
He is the only one he can throw reliably is Sabretooth. I
Right.
really hoped to get the Comrade's Keeper throw on Juggernaut on I don't remember if that was turn 2 or 3.
Yeah, that was big. Yep. I didn't realize it needed damage.
Yeah, he needs to get hurt.
Is it the same with Heroes for Hire? Does it need damage too?
Heroes for
have to
Hire
take
does not Heroes for Hire does not need damage, but Heroes for Hire also caps a size 3 for its throw.
Got
Or
it,
Comrade's Keeper is
Got
size
it. So
less.
that's the advantage. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you for letting us stream that game. It was really intense to watch right down to the last round of the game. And yes, Blake, I think we saw you roll misses that on that Juggernaut attack that you Comrade's Keeper in order to push through 1 damage. Is that what you were talking about?
Mhm.
That's what I was going for. If he'd rolled 2 hits on those rerolls, Red Guardian would have taken 1 and then gotten to throw big jugs.
Yeah, it was. I saw you do. I thought that was pretty cool, and I loved the all of the shielding tech that your team has. Like you were able to like pay for Crimson that Red Guardian Comrade's Keeper play, where you also got kind of shields and put up the refraction, and also Darkstar putting up lots of defensive tech. Um, so yeah, I thought you made a lot of great decisions, and it just lost a couple characters when they needed to activate basically, and it would have went the other way or something like that. So
It was nice.
it's
The
good.
whole for sure.
I mean, yeah, it's like getting Juggernaut into his day side early is good, but it also gives him that throw, and that was more relevant than anything else he did that game. I mean, you have 3 characters with reliable displacements, and I can stop Magneto stuff with Darkstar, and sometimes Winterguard just does it randomly, but with the throws, that's not that easy to recover from, and that's the other reason that Darkstar is there. Her teleport is kind of my displacement insurance, but then she died when it mattered the most.
You did. I think you played the Ultron on the injured side incredibly well. I really liked your power management there.
Yep.
Just making sure Age was like always up no matter what. And yeah, you didn't want to lose Ultron. Ultimately, that like you ran out of other activations to keep Ultron as like a later activation to make the most impact. But um, it was nice to see the. I'm sure Grrn was having to question a lot of decisions and having problems dealing with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the hope was just that Ultron could do the 5 damage that he needed with the 12 energy to Juggernaut. I mean, the odds weren't in my favor on that one, but that was my only play at that point.
Yeah, it was nice. The only thing that I saw that might have been possible, but Juggernaut is fast, so probably not. But if you had Ultron where Sabretooth was, as far away from Juggernaut as possible, if Juggernaut couldn't get to you, you'd score 2 VPs, and the most that Brotherhood could score would be. I don't know if is that the math. Maybe I'm mathing wrong, but okay, there you go.
The one thing, yeah, the thing is that Magneto was still on the researcher point, and Ultron only had 1 power, so I couldn't have Encephalo beamed before I threw. So I think if Ultron had his 2 power, then Encephalo beam on Magneto and double move to Sabretooth absolutely would have been the play.
Right. I see that. Yeah.
That was my take back before Ultron moved in my last activation. Just realizing that, oh wait, Magneto is still a factor on this table.
Yeah. And Gurn, you had a Juggernaut in the late game here. You moved Juggernaut and you threw Ultron Medium away.
Mhm.
We didn't see you take a second action there. Was that? Do you know what the deal was with that, or did you miss it, or
Yeah,
did
I'm an
we miss
idiot. I
something?
just assumed that it was. Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. That's what that is.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's basically what happens. Is you feel like your character did enough to warrant a full activation, and then you just hit the check mark and go, "Yep, my character did the
like,
thing."
I just go with the thought that, like, oh yeah, he moved and he did something because that's generally the play pattern. Oh
That's
my
That is
okay.
exactly how you play Jugs.
that's
Yeah.
embarrassing. Listen, I
I
got a
don't think.
win on stream finally, and it's been all
Mhm.
losses for me. So
And with mags, like you're repped mags. You can't be sad about a mags win.
uh, listen, I'm not a fan of Max. Like I want him to be better, but he's always so stressful.
Gurn, you picked extracts. Is that what happened? You one priority picked extracts.
I pick secures.
Okay.
We shared 2 extracts and 2 secures.
Yeah.
We had I had Legacy Virus and he had Senators for extract differences, and then our secure differences where I had Mayor Fisk and he had Scoundrels. But both of the things picked were both things that we had.
Right. Gotcha. Oh yeah. So then it kind of like evened out a little bit. Yeah. I liked. Yeah, I liked it. It was a very fun match. Garrett, do you have any questions for the players?
No, honestly, thank you for letting us stream it. It was a blast to get to hang out with Lucas and talk about games and talk about MCP. So I really don't have any great questions. I wish I had more.
Okay, so yeah, so congrats, Gurn, for making it to 4-1. You're in a win and in situation going into next week. And Blake, I
Congrats, Gurn.
hope we get to see you in the Second Chance League that will hopefully be running shortly after this ends.
Well, I may miss the silence for that one because I'll be on vacation in March, but maybe next time.
Okay, great.
Maybe
Well,
next.
you're a great player. So I hopefully we get to see you in the next league in the future. Then.
Yep, and congratulations to again, Gurn.
Hey, it
Well fought.
was
Okay.
definitely very tight. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, and have a good night, everyone. All right. We'll catch you in week 6. Thank you for Sweepy for joining me on commentary. That was a blast. And I don't have many plans set up yet, but Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we've got the finals of the central bracket, Curtis versus Mike. Both players are known for Hellfire. So let's see if they bring Hellfire into each other or they try to spice up a little bit and like play something a little less broken. All right. Catch you guys later.